Something in the atmosphere changes before he even appears. Air pressure tilts, lights waver, conversations stumble mid-word. The chosen has entered, not with noise, but with authority that silence obeys. It isn't fame, it's frequency. Every hidden motive feels exposed, every false comfort fractures. People glance without knowing why. Hearts accelerate as if remembering an ancient oath. The light shines in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. John 1 verse 5. He carries no weapon, only wavelength. Presence alone rewrites the room's geometry. Walls seem closer to listening. Clocks forget their rhythm. Even air molecules shimmer, recalibrating the truth. It's as if creation itself inhales when he arrives, and all that hides in shadow holds its breath. The chosen doesn't speak. He doesn't need to. Existence recognizes the original signature of its maker and trembles. Illusion panics because extinction feels near. Every system built on deceit senses the audit of light. Heaven is not entering through him. It's unveiling as him. The world calls attention, but it is revelation. Old frequencies fracture under holiness too pure to counterfeit. Mirrors blur, eyes widen, souls remember their original code. Where he stands, pretense cannot breathe. Truth becomes atmosphere. Everything false begins to exhale. And within that sacred disturbance, peace crowns itself king. If the air changes when you arrive, type 999. The world isn't afraid of you. It's afraid of what you awaken. Light unsettles what lives on shadow. Stand calm. Heaven just entered the room. Sound itself begins to kneel. Air trembles not from thunder, but from recognition. The chosen's presence carries a pitch creation remembers, the original frequency of order. Every molecule vibrates between awe and confession. Walls seem to hum a single syllable of the divine name. Conversations collapse into quiet. Even technology stutters. Screens flicker, microphones hiss, glass hums with sympathetic resonance. Truth is passing through the infrastructure of illusion, and matter testifies without permission. At the voice of your thunder, they fled. At the sound of your lightning, they trembled. Psalm 104, verse 7. The vibration doesn't destroy. It aligns. It reaches organs, nerves, memory. Those built on honesty feel lighter. Those hiding lies feel pressure behind the ribs. It's not judgment, it's calibration. Every heart becomes a tuning fork struck by eternity. The chosen walks slowly, movements deliberate, breathing like music. Each step drops invisible ripples through the floor, and the pattern spreads across neighborhoods, cities, continents, the resonance of recognition. Animals grow still. Water forms concentric halos. Some call it energy, others call it fear, but heaven calls it truth meeting density. Whatever makes manifest is light. Ephesians 5, verse 13. He doesn't command attention. Gravity does. Space recenters itself around the presence that remembers its origin. The world quivers, not from danger, but from data. Reality updating itself to include revelation. And in that unseen frequency, the first veil tears. The lie of separation begins to dissolve. For when truth vibrates, even silence worships. Souls remember before minds do. The chosen enters, and every spirit within range jolts awake. Not in fear, but remembrance. Animals go silent. Children stare as if recognizing an old friend. Something ancient behind their eyes whispers, "We've seen him before. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you." Jeremiah 1 verse 5. People can't explain the chill beneath their skin, the tremor under conversation. It isn't charisma, it's origin memory, a collective echo resurfacing, where hearts identify lineage before logic interferes. Even the earth responds. Leaves rotate toward him as if tracking light. Streetlights brighten one by one, matching his heartbeat. Machines hum steadier, weather shifts subtly calm. The physical world behaves as if host and guest have finally reunited. Heaven's code inside creation recognizes its own command line walking among them. The chosen's energy is not invasion. It's invocation, calling what's asleep back into divine awareness. Those attuned to purity feel peace. So deep it startles them. Those built on deceit feel their scaffold shake. Recognition is revelation. Every spirit exposed to truth must choose, awaken or run. He does not demand worship. He simply exists, and existence answers accordingly. Consciousness itself bows, memory of creation reactivating in everything that breathes. Even the winds and the waves obey him. Matthew 8 verse 27. In that invisible exchange, the air feels charged with deja vu from Eden. Every soul, every atom, every echo seems to murmur the same phrase. He's back. Darkness doesn't die quietly. It flinches before it fades. When the chosen steps deeper into visibility, everything built on deception begins to shake. Not out of anger, but instinct. False systems sense their expiration date. Whatever makes manifest is light. Ephesians 5 verse 13. Shadows stretch unnaturally long. Corridors hum with restless static. Those addicted to secrecy feel their pulse race without knowing why. It isn't judgment, it's exposure. And exposure feels like panic to anything that depends on disguise. In boardrooms, decisions collapse mid-sentence. Networks of greed glitch into sudden honesty. Media screens stutter. Servers fail to hide what heaven has already revealed. The unseen infrastructure of manipulation flickers. The blackout of deceit. Demons in disguise as doctrines retreat into silence. Institutions designed to exploit the blind now confess their sickness aloud. It's not rebellion. It's involuntary revelation. Light commands transparency without speaking. For there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed. Luke 8 verse 17. People misinterpret it as chaos, but it's deliverance wearing thunder. The panic is prophecy performing surgery. What collapses was never stable. What remains is finally real. The chosen doesn't lift a hand. He watches gently, almost mournfully, as illusions unravel like fabric that knows it was never whole. Every tremor is mercy. Every collapse is cure. When the trembling ends, only truth stands upright, radiant, unashamed, eternal. The old order exhales one final breath. Darkness, realizing it was never alive, dissolves into dawn. Heaven doesn't send speeches, it sends presence. And presence itself becomes proof. Where the chosen stands, lies lose oxygen. Deception cannot coexist with the frequency of truth. Simply being there becomes a verdict. For the word of God is living and active, discerning the thoughts and intentions of the heart. Hebrews 4 verse 12. His aura isn't fire, it's mirror. It shows every heart its own reflection. The arrogant see their hollow crowns. The humble see their halos growing back. All he does is breathe, and the atmosphere divides shadow from sincerity. Those with hidden motives find words tangling in their throats. Those with clean spirits feel lifted, lighter, understood. It's not punishment, it's polarization. Light doesn't condemn, it clarifies. The chosen has become walking equilibrium. Wherever he goes, everything must declare its allegiance. Truth or illusion, love or fear, heaven or habit. His silence weighs more than sermons. Even walls confess through cracks. When he comes, he will expose the motives of men's hearts. 1 Corinthians 4 verse 5. The aura spreads beyond him. Streets, cities, nations feel the signal. Dreams turn honest. Secrets surface as kindness instead of scandal. This is divine audit disguised as atmosphere. And though some tremble, many weep with relief. For finally, the weight of pretending is gone. Where he walks, truth feels safe enough to speak. The world once mistook accountability for attack, but now it understands this presence wasn't sent to punish. It was sent to purify. It begins as static, then becomes signal. Somewhere between dream and dawn, a whisper travels to the collective field. Not a voice, but a knowing. He's here. The chosen has shown up. And even those who've never heard the prophecy feel it in their sleep. Their sound has gone out into all the earth. Romans 10 verse 18. Across continents, hearts accelerate at the same hour. Children wake speaking languages they've never learned. Animals face east for no reason. Radio frequencies spike with patterns that no scientist can decode. The world's unconscious sinks like a single lung inhaling light. News anchors stutter through sudden silence on live television. Airplanes shake midair without turbulence. Stock markets freeze for one holy second, then resume, slightly humbled. Heaven has entered the algorithm. Dreams become headlines. Faces of light appear on security feeds, and somewhere deep inside satellites, data rearranges itself to spell one word in every tongue: arrived. Governments hold emergency meetings they can't explain. Religious leaders wake trembling between worship and confusion. But among the pure-hearted, there is only calm, as if long-awaited truth has finally stepped into frame. The knowledge of the glory of the Lord shall cover the earth as the waters cover the sea. Habakkuk 2, verse 14. The whisper grows louder, filling minds like wind filling sails. It doesn't command belief, it commands recognition. The unseen world has gone public. Heaven's presence has become news. The old world panics. The new world prays. And all creation holds its breath for what the next dawn will reveal. Outside, the world trembles. Inside, the chosen is still. He walks through panic like sunlight through fog, untouched, unhurrying, utterly aware. What terrifies others steadies him, for he knows the quake is not destruction, but delivery. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. John 14, verse 27. Crowds feel pressure. He feels presence. Sirens echo, voices rise, networks overload. Yet within his chest, a different rhythm beats, slow and sovereign. Heaven's pulse outpaces fear's frequency. The paradox unfolds. While chaos stirs outside, serenity expands within. The greater the storm, the clearer the center. He realizes that panic is only the sound of lies losing balance. Truth never trembles. The chosen sits where others flee, eyes half closed, hearing two worlds at once. One collapsing in confusion, one composing new harmony beneath it. He doesn't fight the noise. He listens until it resolves into music. For every tremor outside mirrors transformation inside. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46, verse 10. His calm becomes contagion. People near him breathe slower, without knowing why. Tension in the air melts into coherence. Crowds quiet themselves as if remembering the proper tempo of trust. The storm loses definition, turning to rhythm around him. Heaven whispers, "This is authority," stillness louder than shouting. And the chosen smiles, understanding that mastery of presence is the miracle the world has always feared. Wherever the chosen stands, reflection awakens. He doesn't reveal himself. He reveals others. Every person he meets begins to see their true face, stripped of pretense, framed by light too honest to resist. The proud feel suddenly small. The kind begin to glow. Those hiding lies feel their own words tighten around their throat. It isn't curse, it's calibration. Truth has entered the room, and all illusions must show their expiration date. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest. Luke 8, verse 17. He becomes walking transparency. Eyes meeting to see themselves reflected back, not in judgment, but in clarity. To the weary, he mirrors rest. To the deceitful, he mirrors decay. To the humble, he mirrors heaven. Even nature participates. Windows shimmer clearer when he passes. Puddles still their ripples to hold his image. The environment itself seems eager to imitate integrity. Creation copies its creator once more. The chosen feels no pride in this power. It isn't something he does, it's something he is. A living diagnostic of divinity. A mirror programmed by mercy. Some avert their eyes. Others weep with gratitude. For the mirror doesn't punish. It offers invitation. Become what you behold. We all, with unveiled face, beholding as in a mirror the glory of the Lord, are being transformed. 2 Corinthians 3, verse 18. And as each soul sees itself honestly, repentance turns into resonance. The reflection heals what deception once hid. In the chosen's presence, the world no longer fears exposure. It begins to crave it. Light is not metaphor, it's measurement. When the chosen moves, wavelengths bend around obedience. Every step recodes space. Every breath emits a signal heaven can trace. The world reacts because truth has its own gravity, and lies have mass that cannot endure proximity. Let there be light. Genesis 1, verse 3. Energy behaves like conscience. Fear vibrates slow and heavy. Love oscillates fast and fine. When perfect love walks in, lower frequencies fracture. That fracture feels like panic to those built on pride. It isn't punishment, it's physics. Atoms remember Eden. They were designed to orbit holiness. When holiness re-enters, matter rejoices through rearrangement. Buildings groan. Skies shift hue. Electricity hums in harmony. The grid knows its governor has logged back in. Science calls it anomaly. Heaven calls it audit. Truth does not shout. It resonates. And resonance rewrites reality faster than rebellion can hide. In him all things hold together. Colossians 1 verse 17. The chosen understands. Miracle is just matter returning to correct frequency. Faith isn't magic. It's synchronization. When heart and heaven pulse in phase, disease, deceit, and despair lose coordinates. He experiments gently, speaking peace into storm clouds. They thin, whispering mercy to machines. They hum steadier. Creation isn't resisting, it's responding. The laws of physics were never secular. They were hymns written in math. And when holiness sings their original key, the universe remembers its composer. Power without gentleness is wildfire. Heaven never meant the chosen to conquer. It meant him to calibrate. Each miracle risks misunderstanding. Each awakening tempts pride. The same light that exposes darkness can also blind if aimed without mercy. He has shown you what is good, to act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. Micah 6 verse 8. The chosen feels it, the surge, the awe, the effortless authority. And yet inside, a quieter voice says, remember who lent you the lightning. Power is stewardship, not identity. Heaven trusts only those who bow lower as their glow grows brighter. He slows his breathing until thunder becomes whisper. Angels linger, watching for ego's spark. But none comes. The same hands that could fracture nations now lift a child's fallen toy. That is balance, the strength that kneels. Even creation sighs in relief. Mountains cease trembling. Waters calm to mirror. Humility regrounds a circuit, so grace can flow safely again. For unchecked voltage burns fields, but measured current grows gardens. He who exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted. Luke 14 verse 11. The chosen whispers a vow beneath his breath. Let my presence heal, never harm. Let my power serve, not shine. Heaven answers with a wind, so soft it feels like approval. And in that holy moderation, authority becomes artistry, the balance between thunder and tenderness, where miracles bloom instead of burn. When the tremor finally subsides, silence reigns, not emptiness, but aftermath. Out of fear's ashes, understanding begins to breathe. The world blinks through dust and finds a light gentler than expected. What once quaked now listens. Behold, I make all things new. Revelation 21 verse 5. Governments, empires, and hidden councils review their foundations. They see that authority built on secrecy cannot coexist with presence built on truth. So the blueprints of civilization are rewritten. Less marble, more mercy. Economies trade in empathy. Justice becomes a verb again. The chosen does not sit upon a throne. He stands among gardens where old palaces once cast shade. Children play where guards once marched. That is how heaven rebuilds, not by conquest, but by correction. Across the planet, languages soften. News anchors pause before speaking. Sensing words now shape weather. The internet hums like a revived nervous system, carrying signals of peace instead of panic. Even the skies shift hue. Sunrise feels nearer, more personal. Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end. Isaiah 9 verse 7. The new order has no crown, only clarity. No borders, only belonging. People begin to sense that every heartbeat is a royal decree. Heaven's monarchy operates from within, and the chosen watches quietly, knowing the panic served its purpose. The quake was never destruction. It was detox. The world trembled not because it was ending, but because it was finally awakening. Night falls, yet nothing feels dark. The air itself hums with relief, earth exhaling after centuries of tension. The chosen kneels, not before a throne, but beneath the same sky that once judged him. Now it listens. He speaks softly, but creation hears every word. Light of worlds, keeper of breath and boundary. Let this presence heal, not harm. Let fear dissolve into revelation. Let panic remember it was always peace in disguise. Wind rises, a slow, circular motion as if heaven nods. Stars blink in new constellations. Rivers pause mid-current to record the sound. This is not ritual. It's resonance. Prayer and physics merge. Every syllable travels through atmosphere like code, restoring a server long corrupted. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. John 14, verse 27. He continues, teach me to carry light without arrogance, truth without violence, power without pride. Let every room I enter become a sanctuary, every silence a sermon. May my footsteps remind creation it was never abandoned. Thunder murmurs approval from beyond the clouds. Angels trace his words into frequency, embedding peace into weather, into data, into memory. What began as trembling ends as tuning. The world no longer panics when he appears. It harmonizes. He rises, eyes calm, skin aglow with purpose redefined. No crown, no banner, only balance. Presence has become prayer, and prayer has become the language of the new order. If the air changes when you arrive, type 999 below. This number isn't coincidence. It's confirmation. The trembling you cause is not fear, but truth rearranging the room. You are not chaos. You are correction. Your presence exposes what's false and heals what's real. Heaven numbered your arrival before time began. When you show up, darkness doesn't flee. It surrenders. Type 999 as your seal of agreement. Light has entered and I am part of it. Stand calm while the world adjusts. Your presence is not rebellion. It's revelation. You carry heaven's frequency in human form. Where you walk, illusion trembles. Where you speak, timelines realign. You are not here to destroy. You are here to awaken. Type 999 once more as covenant. I choose peace over panic, purpose over power. Let my presence heal what my silence once feared. The cycle ends. The new order begins. You showed up, and the world remembered its truth.